Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV in the RGBA. Happy Monday. Hey, big fights this weekend. Talk to us about Ryan Garcia and the upset over Devin Haney.
That was awesome, bro. Awesome for Ryan Garcia. You know, the kid is local, Southern California. Grew up in the amateurs, you know, through like everybody else does, you know. Gotta be happy for him. At least me, my family, everybody, we're happy for him. Honestly, surprised everybody. We didn't expect it, but fucking happy for him.
Put Devin on his butt 3 times. Some people say more than that.
Stunned him a few times
from the beginning of the fight. Talk to us about just what this means for Ryan's career.
I think Ryan, you know, landing that hook in the first round and hurting Haney was what gave him that confidence and knowing he could do it. And look, dropped him 3 times. I can't say it made it look easy because the rounds were very close. And actually, if there would have been no knockdowns, Haney would have probably won. But the knockdowns make a difference. Dropped him twice. That made a big difference. You know, Ryan has a great left hook. You know, a lot. You know, put him on top of the world. He's already very popular. This is gonna make him just a way bigger superstar. He earned it, man. He earned it.
Ryan trolled us a little bit. We thought a lot of large parts of the boxing media, from everything that he posted, thought that he was kind of in turmoil during camp.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think he fooled us. I think he was doing it. But only him could get away with it. You know, from what I understand, years ago, 60s, 70s, maybe Pues Olivares. I've heard stories about them having to bring him from the bars to go fight because he was just a drunk, and he would get away with it. But that doesn't mean every fighter could get away with it. Ryan, I'm pretty sure he had some drinks during camp. He said he did. I'm sure he smoked during camp. That doesn't mean everybody else can do it or is gonna be talented, is gonna be successful doing it. Ryan is one of the only ones that can do it. He could get away with it. That doesn't mean everybody else can. So I still think he was doing it, but he's good, you know. But he could do it because he just has that power, that speed, explosive power that hurt anybody. So he gets away with it.
Earlier, I talked to you and Oscar Duarte, and Oscar Duarte kind of shared the same sentiments as you, that Ryan Garcia has unusual power in that left hand, and it's not at all to be taken lightly.
And see, the thing is that it's not just the power. You also have to have that speed, and he has that speed. It's just one of those left hooks that you won't see. Boom! He just throws so fast and so hard that it's gonna land and it's gonna hurt you. So anybody that faces him is gonna take that big risk, that big chance, because one punch makes a difference. Especially when you have that, when it's that hard, it makes a big difference.
Talking to Derek James after the fight, and Derek James let me know, that he questioned Devin Haney coming back from such a beating, that the only thing he really had on his side was that he was young, that maybe he can come back from it. But how long do you think it takes for a guy to come back off of a beating, not just physically, but psychologically?
See, Derek James has a point. He's young, so the kid will recover. He'll come back. He'll be a champion again. He'll be, I don't think this is the end of his career, but he does need to take maybe the rest of the year off. Start training at the end of the year, fight sometime next year. I wouldn't recommend him to fight this year unless he gets a stay busy tune-up fight end of the year. Then he could get away with it. But another big solid fight, I don't think he should. A rematch, he shouldn't. A rematch should happen maybe sometime summer of next year if he wants a rematch. If he fights.
How do you think a rematch between those two guys goes?
It's still very, very competitive. It's still a very close fight. It won't be an easy fight for Ryan either. I think Devin could win a rematch, but it would be a very smart fight, very, very good training camp, good sparring, and you just gotta come up with a good game plan.
The WBC ruling that they were not going to strip Devin Haney, even though he lost in the fashion that he lost in. What do you think about him? How does he defend the titles now? Looks like Sandor Martin's still that mandatory, not a difficult, not an easy fight at all. Excuse me.
Well, you know what? Honestly, the first thing is when your opponent doesn't make weight, but it's still a title fight, and you lose the fight, the title should be vacant. That's just the way it's always been. Is the rule. If it was a title fight, it only counted for Haney because he's the champion. Ryan cannot become a champion if he wins, which is exactly what happened. But if you lose, you're not the champion anymore. The title should have gone vacant. And it's not because I have any. Sandro Martin is the guy that's supposed to fight for the vacant title. I don't have nobody to fight him or anything. So I'm not saying because it's
right. There's no bias there.
Exactly.
It's just the rule.
It's
the
just
decorum
the rule.
of boxing.
It should have been. But the WBC also, maybe out of respect, maybe I don't know. They make their own rules too. I can't argue about that either. Maybe he could fight for the vacant title against Sandro Martin. Maybe he should fight. Maybe Haney could fight for the vacant title, but the title should go vacant. Honestly, it should have been a vacant title. But I can't argue that either. That's the rule. That's what the WBC ruled, and Haney's still champion, which is okay for him too. But that means he has to defend his title. So I would rather I'd rather not have a title and come back slowly, with the Haneys. Get a fight sometime in December, but get an easy fight. Something that the WBC doesn't have to approve, just to get a fight, and then maybe fight for the vacant title sometime next year. Because if he's still champion, he's gonna have to fight somebody.
Definitely. On to the other side of the equation, Ryan Garcia puts himself firmly in the mix at 140 pounds. Doesn't really seem too interested in the titles. Just wants the biggest fights. What do you think Ryan goes from here?
He's got a reason why he doesn't have to fight for the title, and I'm not gonna say it because I know this is politics, and in boxing there's a lot of politics. There's a reason why he doesn't want to fight for the title. There's a reason why he doesn't want to become a champion. There's a reason why he doesn't want to become a champion, but he doesn't have to be a champion. He's a superstar, and he can fight at one. He's not going to fight at 140 anymore.
Yeah, he told me he's going up to 147.
Okay, so he could fight.
He challenged Boots Ennis after the fight.
Well, he could challenge. It's going to be a huge fight for anybody. I don't think he'll fight Boots Ennis, and he shouldn't. But there's a lot of fights at welterweight for him too. But he doesn't need to fight for the world title. Honestly, I don't think he wants to be a champion.
When we talk about everything that kind of went into the fight week, he comes to New York. He goes immediately, starts partying for 2 days. Do you really think if you were his coach, how do you approach that? Reining in a guy that's also a grown man.
He's not supposed to, but he's the only one that could get away with it. So do it, do your thing. There's nothing else we could do. As a coach, there's nothing else we could do, honestly. So fuck it, get away with it. How many was that? Was that 4? Okay, then you're done. Yeah, estuvo.
Big week here at RGBA, sending guys out to battle. Virgil Ortiz fighting. You got Jose Ramirez fighting.
Duarte.
Oscar Duarte fighting.
Yeah, we got Figo who's fighting a 400. Yeah.
Your guys look sharp, look prime.
They're all sharp.
Tell us how excited you are to head up to Fresno.
Man, I can't wait. It's going to be a good week of boxing. We had a good last weekend. I was in Guadalajara. We had 3 fights over there, all 3 wins. 2 kids turned pro. Both won by knockout. Then we had my 8-rounder. The main event was a unanimous decision. Now this week we go back, with 4 fights, from RGBA fighters. So it's just nonstop, man. And we continue every weekend. We have a lot of work, a lot of fights.
On the same card as Devin Haney, before the fight, Arnold Barboza. Looks like it was a close fight. A lot of people in the crowd.
I didn't see the fight. I seen clips because I was in the locker room watching and during my other fights. I was able to watch the Ryan fight because right when the main event ended, Ryan started. So we got enough time to watch the fight. But Barboza, we were watching little moments. The moments that I seen, the other guy was doing pretty good out, on the outside. But I didn't see the fight. Not one single person told me that Barboza won. Everybody told me that he lost. Everybody told me he lost. I haven't seen the fight, so I can't say, but not one single person told me that they thought Barboza won. Everybody told me that he lost. So I don't know. I have to watch the fight over. I didn't see it.
Scrappy Ramirez also losing his own.
Yeah, well, Scrappy, I give him a lot of credit for making it so far, to be number 1 in the world, fighting for the title. Exactly, not a big amateur background. Started boxing late, so you got to give him a lot of credit for making it there to a fucking title fight. Even though he lost, making it there, I got to give him credit. Plus, he sells himself good. He dresses fucking like $1 million fighter. He talks like he's worth $10 million. But that's the thing. He's not the most talented fighter out there. But he did it the right way. That's why he got to where he's at. So him losing doesn't surprise me. I don't think it was an upset. him losing wasn't an upset because I never thought he was something special, but he sold himself like he was special. The way he dresses, the way he talks. But he made it there. He made it to the title fight. So he did something right. From no amateur background, starting late in boxing, I think he made it farther than anybody else, than many other fighters will never make it. So you got to give him respect too. So for that, I also got to admire what he's done. He talks good, he dresses good, he plays the part. So I don't blame him, but I don't think that was an upset. I think the Barboza, if I go back and see it and I'll judge it myself, then I'll be able to say something. But from what I understand, everybody tells me he lost.
Another guy coming back to the ring after a 2-year exit, Charles Conwell, 154-pound guy, scoring a knockout over Bartholomew.
I heard about that kid, but I'm
sorry, over Nathaniel Gallimore, not Bartholomew.
I never heard about that. But I never seen him. I don't know who he is. Honestly, it's
Tough
crazy
dude,
because I never.
from
Ohio. I've never.
A bit of a banger.
I've never seen him before. My son was telling me about him yesterday, and I never heard about him. I never seen him. I don't know who he is.
Definitely. Well, Robert, we'd like to thank you for your time, man. Appreciate you like always, bro. Thank you.